everybody, and welcome back to the Empire Let's Play series. I've been spending a little bit of time over here opening up this space between this body of water and the bay, and while I've been over here, the jungle villagers have been real busy. So you can see here, there's some iron golems wandering about, and we've got a whole bunch of villagers running around. I went ahead and put some signs up just so I could remember which workstation is in which place. Planted some crops for the farmer here. I went ahead and moved the bell from up here to down here because they were all trying to cram inside of this building. And then I moved our parrot friend up there. I think we just need a couple more villagers and this place will be filled up. Once we get those villagers in here, then we can start trading with them, see what kind of books and maps and things like that we can get out of these guys. One thing I realized, these guys are absolutely wearing ocelot skins, and that is pretty freaky. So when you see this video, I will be actually in New York. I'm going on a little bit of a vacation, and yeah, gonna be running around and eating some great food and seeing some cool stuff. So this episode probably won't be as long as a normal episode, because I have to get it done real fast before I leave. So I think what I want to do with this episode is get some of the wool that we've collected, make some banners, and put signs on all of the villages that we have uncovered and built up. There we go, we got some sticks there. So yeah, let's make a bunch of banners. So we're going to need one for the map library. We might already have one for the Southland and for Coltrane, but we definitely don't have one for our portal. So we're going to call this the East Portal. We'll go ahead and confirm before we make any more. And something else I want to do today is I think I want to round up all of the horses and put them all in one space. Eventually I'd like to build a stable, and we won't get to that today, but I would like to get the horses at least safe and together in one spot. If you joined me on the live stream, you saw that we got a lot of work done on the road. So let's hop on our horse here, head off in this direction. So as we come down through this tunnel, the road used to just sort of end right about here, and now it continues along all the way through the forest. And then right here, we now have a path that leads up to the map library. And you can see here on the map, right next to the river, we've got our bridge, and then we have this road that goes all the way through the forest and connects up with the map library. And speaking of the map library, let's go ahead and put that label on our map. Let's try it right here. Tap the map on it. Okay. See how we did. All right, there we go, map library. So let's go ahead and go down to the Southland. We'll head up to Coltrane, and we'll put labels on the map for those as well. So as we turn in this direction, you can see we now have this really great road. It sort of meanders through the forest. And then up to the bridge and the tunnel. Okay. I think if I remember right, I put the banner in the lighthouse. So if we climb up here and then kind of knock our way in. There it is. So I think we could head down in this direction and probably put the label down here. Try here. That's better. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and bury it like we've done. Tap the map on it. Southland. And then we bury it. Voila. Next up, we go to Coltrane. Now, if I remember right, we put the banner on the back of the village. Let's run through the back door here. Hello, Golem. Yep, there it is. Okay, and then let's head over to the portal. Okay. Let's see here. East portal. Nice. And then lastly, we need to go down to Marsalis. But since we don't have roads yet, I'm going to leave the horse here. And I think I'm just going to walk my way down. I don't think that was there before. With the update, I reset some of the chunks. And so, yeah, I don't remember there being a portal out in the ocean before. And now I'm wondering, is it even going to be ocean or is it going to be land? How interesting. Oh, looky here. We've got us some leaf litter. So we are in chunks that have been re-rendered. Yeah, I don't think any of this land was here before. I think this was all ocean. Got some firefly bushes. And a big old portal. With a fire charge, a lousy shovel, and a golden sword. Well, I think this looks kind of cool, so I'm just going to leave it here for now. And maybe we'll come back and get the gold if we need it. Up ahead here, you can see that pillager outpost that we have visited. So I don't know, maybe that portal was there and we just never bothered to come over this far. Very interesting. Well, looky here. That is a bush. And that's not how you pick them up. Does it have to be shears? Yep, apparently it does. Bush. Uh-oh, sun's going down. Wonder if I can make it to that village over here before I run into any monsters. Well, so much for no monsters. So you can see here in this dark forest where the mansion is, there is no leaf litter. But over there, you can see there's firefly bushes. I see wildflowers off in the distance, leaf litter all over the ground. So that area over there we haven't exposed yet. Hello, creeper. All right, we made it. I think the banner was over here. There it is. Let's see, what if we put it here? That'll work. Put it there, tap the map on it. Marsalis. We're going to run across the swamp here to the ocean. We're going to hop in a boat and just cut across back up to where we were, and while we're going across the water, we'll see if anything else looks different or out of place. You know, like I was saying, that portal totally could have been there, and I just never noticed. But since we did reset some of the chunks, there might be some new things to see. Okay, that portal was always there, so nothing weird there. I feel like there used to be an island right here. Little turtle beach over here. Yeah, here's some evidence of where I trimmed the chunks. There definitely used to be some islands right here. Okay, this bit actually looks pretty familiar. Well, nothing else too wild and crazy. Just a little bit of difference down by the swamp there. Let's go ahead and run back to the map library and put our maps away. Alright, the east portal is right down there. Coltrane is up here. And Southland is down there. And finally, Marsalis down at the bottom of the map here. So the last thing I wanted to do today is I want to start rounding up some horses. We've been focusing very heavily on villages, and these are all coming together really, really well. The only oddball build that we've done so far is the map library. And there's a couple other builds I'd like to do. One that I'd mentioned previously is I'd like to do a central storage area. And I'm thinking we might actually do it in this space here. Believe it or not, right up above our jungle village, this little stone outcrop here, that is where we spawned into the world. So that's kind of the very center of the world there. And so putting something here would be fairly central to our entire map. Now, as far as the horses, I think I kind of want to do something up above Mingus, kind of in the shadow of this big mountain here. Maybe right in here. So we're going to make a bunch of fences and a few fence gates just so we have somewhere to put the horses. And you might have noticed as we were walking across our map, there are a lot of horses out there. And we're not going to find all of them, but any of the horses that are nearby, we're going to grab them and put them in our little corral. And then in a future episode, I'd like to build some actual stables and things like that. But today, let's just worry about kind of getting started. Over here in the Southland, we have a bunch of saddles. There they are. I'm only going to grab a couple right now, but we will grab all of these and move them over to our stables. There's one. There's another one. Let's see if I can tame this horse without getting thrown off the cliff here. I think we got it. Throw saddle on here. Nice. Okay, let's ride over to where the stable's gonna be. This horse is pretty fast, actually. So, up on the hill, there's Coltrane. Right in front of us, there's the big old mountain. To our left, that is Mingus. And I think this space right here is where I want to do the corral and the stables and all that. So I grabbed some fences just so we can keep the horses together. And like I said, in the future, we will build a proper stable. All right, nothing fancy, but it's a place to keep horses. So let's go ahead and grab our horse. Got some fence gates right here. And let's go ahead and take the saddle with us. And then we can come back and figure out which horse is the fastest, which ones we want to ride, things like that. Couple horses up here. One over there, another one over there. Hello, wandering trader. A couple over here. Oh, got some pale oak logs. Ooh, wildflowers. That's pretty cool. There we go. Put a saddle on this one here. That's worth it. All right. It's a very slow horse. 3 of those. I should be able to bone meal those and make more. So we'll keep those around, and that is awesome. Saddle. Nice. All right. Slightly faster. All right. Put a saddle on this guy. This one's kind of a slow horse. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Just start rounding up horses, and then we can kind of experiment, figure out which ones are the fastest, which ones jump the best, which ones are the strongest. I'd kind of like to find all of the different types of horses. So right now we've got a couple with the brown and white spots sort of thing, and then we have 2 other style here. And I know there's just tons and tons of different types of horses, so it'd be fun to round up a lot of different kinds of horses. And then we'll build a real stable so we have some places to keep them. And I think it's going to be great. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, scan the code on the screen or click join down below. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.